Yo, hello everyone. Hello. Sorry for being late today. Sorry, 15 minutes was postponed, the live stream. I apologize, guys. I had something to do outside the office and here I am. Welcome everyone. Arcane, Felix, Julio, Cupido, nice to see you. New names. And S Bright, P-Dog, hello, and Xianzu. All right, guys, nice to see all of you. Beautiful community always. So let's see also your special requests. Of course, we're gonna see what's going on in our main list, Nasdaq, and so on. Basically, of course, we are getting a signal of strength from our testing box. The second one, of course, as we mentioned, we're gonna see kind of like the reaction here, and we saw, of course, something corrective. Okay, we move to the next testing box, and here we are. So we're gonna see, of course, what's gonna happen next, and step by step. So basically, we have also our Discord request, and let's take your request here, Arcane RDX, ARDX, okay? Felix, hello, buddy. Julio, good morning. A lot of fear on the market, if possible. SOXX. Yeah, a lot of fear, yes, of course. I mean, sometimes it turns to something very bullish. Cupido, hello. Can you look at CRWV? Yes, CRWV. Do you have small count? You mean on lower time frame? Yes, of course. We're gonna dive in the lower time frame. ALB for S Bright, you're very welcome. P-Dog, DBK, all right. P-Dog, by the way, it's me, Paul. Hello, Paul. How you doing, buddy? Nice to know you, that it's your change nickname. Great. Wix, okay, for Xianzu. You're very welcome, Chenzu. And NGC, hello, buddy. All right, guys, let's dive in. We are at 12 minutes as usual. Great. So for Nasdaq, as we mentioned, of course, we have a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 as expected. We have, of course, expect a potential wave 1 unfolding here. No ABC basically. And after, of course, the blue target here very nicely hit, we see, of course, a potential 3 waves down. Currently, we see, of course, a reaction, a strength, of course, signal of reversal potentially, especially that if we are in 1, 2, 3, wave 4, of course, interfering with zone 1, nothing is impulsive. It is an ABC hitting perfectly the target for wave 2, and we move for higher. Very nice signal. 1, 2, 3. Currently, we are in 1, 2, 3 directly, and we're looking for wave 4 and a 5 toward the upside. So the wave 4, I believe, of course, it might still be unfolding a little bit longer time, guys. It can be even 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for wave 3, by the way, because you still unfinished wave 3. Maybe wave 4 still. Of course, it's going to need a little bit of time. And then, of course, we move for higher. Maybe the wave 4 is going to be a little bit deeper because this is a flat here, okay? It might be a little bit deeper. But basically, wave 3 not finished yet, and we might seek, of course, for higher here. Nice indication. So I would say we can start to get some targets here, and what to expect, of course, for the next count might means, of course, we are here in 1, 2 in a leading diagonal. That means, of course, wave 3 here, wave 3 as an impulse. Right, so we might come back and project exactly, of course, inside this blue box again. So we have much higher precision right now that we might have between 25K, 568, and 26K. And that means you might be here in a potential, so you can be in two possibilities, guys. So we gotta be careful. We might come back to the old count here, meaning the wave 4, wave 5, okay, to finish over there. And that means, of course, we might be here in 1, wave 2, and in case that the wave 2 here, in this case, of course, we didn't took the low, which is also questionable because some chart took the low. But if this is the case, we have to test in term of safety. In term of safety, we have to test, of course, a wave 4 and a 5 for a top here again. Meaning 1, 2, 3, ABC expanding flat, no intersection in the wave in the zone 1, leading diagonal wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for wave 5. And that means, of course, we might be in an extended potential impulse there. And we might see, of course, a wave 1 again to be finishing higher and as expected before. Yeah. So it was expected already in this blue box. We saw some signal of weakness, right? And then we said, okay, it's time to test, right? It's time to test a downtrend. And of course, once we saw, of course, the signal of strength in our blue box, which is, of course, after 5 ways up, 3 ways down, the only confirmation right now that we need is simply taking the high. Meaning, of course, we might move higher right now, okay? Very, very likely to take this price, and confirmation for higher, of course, would be decisively taken if we move, of course, higher, taking the 1.618 here for a potential wave 3. So, yeah, I would say very interesting what's going on in Nasdaq because, yeah, I mean, because we were expecting this before this drop, but okay, this drop was a signal potentially that this has, because if you remember that we had issues with this potential diagonal, and I have still issues with it because wave 3 looks longer than wave 1. Now, sometimes it happens since it's still contracting, but I don't like it. Yeah, so to be longer. Knowing that this rule, somehow some people talk about it like, okay, wave 3 in diagonal is allowed to be longer than wave 1 in some cases, but even in this case, which is allowed when contracting, I don't like it. And therefore, here we go. In this case, it has turned into WX and a Y. Your wave Y is potentially here as a zigzag. You have another zigzag. You have the X in between. So, meaning, of course, we turn bullish, guys. Okay, currently we turn bullish unless, of course, unless something else is going to appear. Of course, always be safe in both case scenario. And that this thing that it's going to appear and that it might be scary is, of course, a zigzag wave 1, wave 2, 3, 4, and a 5, meaning transferring here to another 1, 2 in form of a leading diagonal. Okay. And that might means, of course, you might have finished 1, 2, and you're forming another leading diagonal as a wave 1 again, and then wave 2, and then we drop down massively for a wave 3. Now, indication for this is, of course, taking the 886 again, still the same play for confirmation as lower. And on the 15-minute chart, you would like, of course, to see continuation for higher, preferably to not take invalidation of bullish, meaning preferably to not get interfered in the 24K 395. This is your first signal that something wrong is going on as bullish. But if we continue further for higher, above this number, above 24K 400, we would like, of course, to see continuation simply for higher. Okay? So, yeah, these are the possibilities here for Nasdaq today. We look for higher, watch the invalidation as a first signal, okay, something is wrong. And of course, 886 is definitely a bearish or correction continuation for a major wave 2. Yeah, so basically right now wave 2 is postponed again. Okay, so just to answer your futuristic questions, this wave 2 is still there, is gonna be played one time, is gonna be played once we reach a wave 1, is gonna be played sooner or later. Yes, it's gonna be updated with the new highs, but sooner or later it's gonna be played. Okay, but for now it is postponed. There is nothing yet as a wave 2 until we get the signal on the micro level as we mentioned. Okay, if we take the 24K 400 and the 886, okay, then we call back again wave 2. Sorry guys, you have to bear with me up and down. This is the market. Yeah, so always. So currently we're up. Okay, we were down here, and then we transferred to, okay, potential leading diagonal, yes, and then, okay, we were requesting 3 ways, yes, given, and we see, of course, the test area here giving the signal for higher, therefore, yes. Okay, we're moving higher. All right, So that's it for Nasdaq. That's the SPX 20 minutes. So for SPX at 20 minutes, the same thing. That's really great. It was very close for the kind of 886 confirmation, kind of lower, but not taken. And here you go. We got a signal in a three waves. As I mentioned, yes, this is a diagonal in a truncated wave 5. Okay, it is an ABC here. That's why. And you have a zigzag. So it's a clear impulse correction impulse. Therefore, I'm convinced that this is a wave 5 for a wave 1 here. And you're looking, of course, for a wave 3, wave 2, of course, very deep, and especially because of the truncation here, it's a signal of weakness, and that's why the wave 2 was very deep. And of course, we move toward the upside currently. 15-minute chart, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I believe wave 3 even not finished. However, it's a signal of weakness and, of course, invalidation of bullish. Okay. Therefore, preferably to not take the 6,570. The same 886 still playing as confirmation for lower. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In a bigger view, what we are looking at, meaning I believe, yes, it is an extension simply. You're still looking at an extension in a wave 5 here, which it might be, of course, which it might be your wave 5 there, your wave 5 in yellow, your wave 1, your wave 4 expanding flat finished, and your wave 3 potentially, no, this is not the wave 4. I believe this can be your wave 3. Why? Because 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Your wave 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. By the way, it is impulse. Therefore, the only correction, and by the way, that was the issue. If you remember, I was calling 1, 2, 3, and then we got invalidation, which is wave 4, and that has turned it as ABC, very, very deep wave C. This is your wave 3 over there. Okay, so we have an A, B, and a C downward. Very, very sharp one. Okay, for a wave 4, and you're looking at the leading diagonal, and we move towards the upside. Okay, therefore, targets for this scenario. Let me zoom in for snap. Here we go. Target is 1.618, 6,880, which is, of course, in precision here, I would say, inside the blue box as well for wave 3. Okay, 6,880 might be our next target. Yeah, so the same thing to be watched, of course, is those invalidation of bullish, confirmation for lower taken from the 886. I would say this is no need right now. So yeah, to be watched. Okay, so the price above those numbers here is we're moving toward the upside. Breaking those numbers, we come back, of course, to our wave 2. Okay, wave 2 given here. 0.38, 0.38. It can be even why very low. It should be there. Oh, sorry, this is a 2.23. No need. Therefore, yes, it is here. Minimum requirement 0.38. Therefore, 5,948. Can be, of course, updated. Yes, definitely. Once we take higher prices, it might be updated over 6,000 minimum requirement. Yep. So that was it for the US stock indexes. Yeah, looking for higher, guys. Free Minds, hello, buddy. Incredible Jackman, nice to see you, buddy. I think the old count is more suitable. Well, this is exactly what's happened, but you need to be sure. You need to be sure. You need an answer here. You need an answer, which we got it. And yes, we're back, of course, to extend our old count, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yep. So always wait for answers, guys. Of course, we're not gonna start a 1-2 yet. I mean, this is a something unsafe, because if I say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, wave 1, wave 2, and that means, of course, I'm looking for a massive wave 3. Okay, so you know me, I go step by step. If this broken higher than a wave 5, okay, therefore I start to count this 1, 2, but too early for this, guys. I'm a step by step guy. Sorry. I don't dream so much for for the moon directly. So step by step, getting answers always. All right, let's see the gold, guys. For the gold, let's see 25 minutes. So for the gold, yes, yesterday I mentioned, of course, the meeting between the presidents of Russia and US, and of course regarding the war, which is of course one of the major problem for the gold price moving very high and extending. Of course, not only the war, but many other factors too. But this is one of the major, right? And yesterday I mentioned in the video, if we don't get a clear intentions to stop this war, we might see an extension even for the gold at that time. And this is exactly what happened. Look what a push toward the upside was given after the speeches given from the presidents, which were, of course, as I mentioned on Discord, it was a morphine injection for me, just talks, just words, same as before. Nothing is yet given secure to or securely to stop the war or like, yeah, we're gonna stop the war or something like this. It just talks. Okay, it's a morphine injection, meaning the pain is still there, and this is what we got now. Definitely we need correction, guys. Definitely we're gonna need correction. I mentioned this also on Discord in the morning, that okay, it's time for correction. There is no place here for extension anymore. 1 2 3 4 5, we need a correction, and it might be very deep because you might have finished 1 2 3 4 5 here in a 1 2 3 4 and a 5. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 as well. Can be here truncation, yes, even. Yeah, so be careful. This might be an impulse truncated, and that is a signal of, okay, exhaustion. Okay, it's too much exhausted, especially that you passed the extension level. That's massive. That's very massive for the gold, guys. So 4,380 is very massive. Now, currently, I'm expecting honestly a deep correction. It's time for a deep correction, I believe. And this deep correction is still the same. Wave 4 might be given over there around the 0.23 fib level for wave 4. And I'm looking, of course, for the 4,100. Yep, so I'm looking for such a correction right now. Okay, because all the counts are basically finished, unless, of course, extension again. And that will be crazy. Okay, that will be crazy. What I mean extension, if we want to experiment some extension here, what it might happen, meaning you might transfer here to double 1 2 3 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5 again, because you might have double 1 2 here, unless of course this is 1 2 3 4 5. Yeah, but you know, it can extend, guys. Okay, meaning if we want to be safe and secure, here we go from this wave 2. Let's experiment a wave 4 impulse, yeah, which where we are currently right now. Yeah, if we see again signal of strength here or triangle, yeah, something like a triangle formation, okay, we gotta be careful. It might be it because you have hit the 0.23, retraced. Currently, you took the 886. Triangles loves 886. You have 886 from the top, you have 886 from the low. That means A, B, C, D, and E might be forming here, and then one more extension. Crazy, right? So this is a testing area for me right now. Okay, I'm gonna test this zone, and we'll see the reaction there. But basically, we need a correction. Okay, we need a correction. That's too much. Okay, it's too much extended. It's horrible and scary. All right, so for the silver, which is starting at 29 minute 30. 29 minute 30. All right, for the silver on the 1 hour chart, let's see what do we have. Of course, always the metals follow somehow the gold. We got, of course, a finish wave 5 perfectly in our blue box. Very nice hit. And we see, of course, this wave 5 and this wave 3, wave 5 also finished. Here we go. And that means, of course, after a wave 5 here, what did we finish? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, meaning currently you have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the blue scenario. All right. But could it be that we have still even a wave 3 in the wave 4 here? I need to revise this, guys. I need to revise it. Let me revise this one. Okay, because a lot of 4, 5, 4, 5 even in the top here. So if we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a wave 5. Wave 5 here is a 1, 2. And potentially is this, yeah, we have to consider this is another 1, 2 here. Probably 1, 2, 1, ABC expanding flat, wave 2 again, wave 3 interfering. Yeah, very, very, very annoying price action here in several 1, 2s, which makes me a little bit wondering if that is the case. The problem with, I'm going to delete a little bit, guys, to see the price action clearer, in a clearer way here. Because there is a lot of confusion here. Okay, in this wave, there is a lot of confusion. Something is not working well as an impulse, knowing that we are seeing, of course, higher prices. So 1, 2, 3, 4 interfering. One, let's say, okay, very extended wave B, which is very rare case, but it can be 1, 2, and then wave 3, 4, and a 5. All right. Okay. In this case, guys, when you see this, everything is invalidated as impulse. The only way to consider this is a zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. And guess what? It is what I don't like the most. But here it is playing perfectly because you don't have any other explanation. You have an expanding diagonal, okay? And even, I think we have to take it even from this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Can it be more extended? Yes. Can it be a bigger zigzag for a wave 5? Yes, because if it is expanding really, okay, and we see, of course, the wave 4 interfering with the zone 1 as a zigzag 1, 2, potentially here. It can be something much more expanding later on. So, yeah, not really nice price here as an impulse. I love impulses much more than expanding diagonals, of course, which are very rare. But here we go. I believe this might turn into 1, 2, 3, or even 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. I have no other explanation, guys. Okay? Because if I'm gonna consider 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, and right now again 1, 2, because you interfere. You don't continue higher. So that's horrible. You cannot be 4 1 2s here. Okay, so just to clarify why I'm going very complex here. Okay, so I believe this is 1 2. Can be wave 3 finished, or this is your wave 3 even. Okay, as a zigzag, and we're looking right now for a wave 4 and even extended wave 5, which it might be very high. Now, why I don't go corrective? Why I cannot go corrective? Because you cannot go corrective with higher move just like that. Okay, you can go higher with an expanding flat, yes, but where is your wave A here? You don't have a wave A. Okay, so the only way to be corrective with higher prices is the expanding diagonal. Expanding flat, but this cannot be an expanding flat. This is a very shallow wave A, of course. Yeah, so impossible. Therefore, there is no other explanation here for the silver. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, I believe. Yeah, so as an ending diagonal. And this as ending expanding diagonal might be, of course, after 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4, and the wave 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Very ugly one. But yeah. even it might drop a little bit before it. Yeah, it might interfere with the zone 1. It has to interfere with the zone 1, by the way. But yeah, it's very complicated, honestly. It's when it becomes like this, guys, I prefer to not trade it, honestly. Yeah, so yeah, that's my point of view. To be honest, when the things becomes a little bit unsecure and unclear, well, let's wait for something clearer than this. Wave 5, wave 4, and a 5 to finish here also. Okay, yeah. Okay, let's remove this one. Keep this. Wave 3 with it, yes. Okay. But anyway, the count here says that we have several 1, 2 already. So you have 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2 potentially can be 3, 4, and a 5, finishing over there and having 4 and a 5, or it can be another double 1, 2. Yeah. And it cannot be that this is 4 5 4 5 4 5 4 5, because I mean none of those wave 4 reflect the wave 2 here. All of them are very long in time. Okay, so that's why. So be careful. I would say just follow, of course, I mean follow the several 1 2 that okay, we are in an uptrend, definitely. We're looking for these blue boxes. This is all what I can help with silver currently, guys. I cannot give any micro target. Sorry for this. It's very unsafe. All right. For 36 minute 30, let's move for Nvidia. Coinbase. Okay, we can see coin, and it will be the last one. Bruning. Hi KG. You got me trading stocks now, tool. Uh, do you mean the expanding diagonal? That's good. If you mean this, if you mean that you learned something today, thank you, man. That's the point. So, where are we? In Nvidia, did we put the time? Yes. So for Nvidia, we are looking here for a leading diagonal potentially downward, and it looks like it is working perfectly here. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes. I'm looking right now for a wave 2, so we gotta be careful with this one. Now, of course, no, it is a leading diagonal. I was experimenting what if A, B, and a C as leading diagonal, but this is not a leading diagonal starting from there. Therefore, your leading diagonal is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, it is a wave 1 or a wave A. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 toward the downside, or an A, B, and a C. Now, basically, when you have 1, 2, be careful. The wave 2 after a leading diagonal can be, of course, shallow sometimes. So, but to be watched, of course, the 0.38. Okay, to be watched here is a 0.38, the blue box for a wave 2 over there. Okay, okay, it's gonna be a testing area also. It's not really a target. The trend is downwards. This might be your target. Here we go. The blue box is downward, and that means yes, we might be in a potential A, can be a wave B, and we can be in a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave C as an expanding flat 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. 158 is the most common target, 1.618 Fibonacci level. Yep. So I don't see yet, of course, anything for Nvidia as rebound for bullish, unless, of course, we gonna break the 886 here, okay, which is very high. Let me clean up. So very high 886 here. Okay. This is what we might get. This is your confirmation for higher, potentially, yes, coming back to this blue zone as we were expecting before, because we barely touched the 1-to-1 level 196. Okay. Yep, that it regarding Nvidia for now. For Tesla at 40 minutes. All right, for Tesla, we are, yes, let's go for hour. Here we go. Yes, we are in the potential double 1-2 still 3-4-5. We are experimenting a 1-to-1 fib level with a reaction, and this reaction on the 1 hour chart is, of course, can be an impulse. A, B, and a C expanding flat 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 to finish this wave 5. Well, very likely can be. However, again, with Tesla, I'm not gonna repeat the major analysis because every live stream I do it. Therefore, be careful with Tesla. It is anyway a top over there in all case scenario. In bullish or bearish, we gonna dump, of course, after this one more move. Okay. I was, of course, that because you hit the 1-to-1 fib level here as a potential big zigzag as well. A, B, and triangle, by the way, as a signal of a wave B and not a wave 2 because this is not allowed to be a triangle wave 2. Double 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Okay. Yep, that it. Regarding Tesla, let's see TLT. So for TLT, we are in, okay, iShare, okay, the treasury. Okay, so yeah, I remember this one. It is very low. Be careful with it. It's not looking good. Yeah, you are in a potential double 1-2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. You're finishing the last wave 5 because you are in double 1-2. And this is here your 1-2-3, okay, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. The wave 5 might be an ending diagonal here. After this zigzag, wave 1, wave 2. Okay, so yeah, be careful with this one. All right, so the next one is Palantir. Let's see Palantir also at 42 minutes. So for Palantir, interesting that it's still, of course, sideways as a signal of a correction here. And we're still looking for a potential 1-2 here or an ending diagonal. So one of those two possibilities, whether we are finishing 1-2, 3, 4, and a 5, or you are in 1-2, 3, 4, and a 5, very, very high impulse that it might still be hit. And we're still looking, of course, for this target. Okay. So one of these scenarios, guys. So meaning the diagonal can be, of course, there. Yeah. Targets to be taken or to be evaluated here, yes, is of course the wave B targets. Meaning, what if we are in A, something corrective, wave B, and we drop down for a wave C? Breaking the 1.38, meaning you are in an impulse, wave 4 and a wave 5. The yellow scenario is, of course, your potential diagonal. Don't forget also as corrective, you might be in a sideways. You took, of course, the 886. You might be in A, B, C, D, and an E. We move up. Meaning, Palantir, in any case scenario, we're moving up. The correction here might be even a triangle, wave E, and you move up. Even if we break the triangle, wave C, and then you move up. Okay? So, but basically, of course, this range here have to, of course, move for higher, I believe. Okay, it looks impulsive. It looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, no invalidation. Somehow it can be 1, 2, or it can be an ABC. In, of course, diagonal. Okay, so this is what we are looking for. All right, so the next one is Jeff GE-VERNOVA. Okay, we are at 44 minutes. All right, let's see this one. Let's go daily then. Okay, looks like a simple impulse already finished. Almost 4 and a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Can be a finished impulse. All right. In 5 ways because you have here 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And we might be, of course, in a correction right now. So currently, you might be also in a wave 1 or a wave A. Okay, let's put it in blue. So you might be in a wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Or you might be in A, B, and a C. Here we go. Targets, I would say minimum target should be, of course, the 0.38. So yeah, you gotta be careful with this one. Can be a little bit deep. Yeah, so be careful. It is 50% of what the price is right now. Can be wave 2 and then moving for higher later on. Basically, you have topped for this one. Be careful. All right, Datadog. Why I hear a lot of dog everywhere? um, that's funny a little bit. Datadog, okay. Nasdaq. Here we go. So we have A, B, and a C, and 1, 2. We're looking here for leading diagonal wave 1, 2. Yes, that's true. And we're looking for higher simply, yeah. But currently, you didn't took yet exactly the confirmation required. You know me, 5 ways up, 3 ways down, always. Okay, always confirmation for higher, because the price can play always psychology. Basically, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5 ways, 3 ways down. And if we are looking for higher here, you need, of course, confirmation to continue the impulse upward. Okay, so this is the case. 1.618, 424.25 can be your target. Okay, but yeah, still need confirmation. Even double confirmation would be given from this top here. Okay, so double confirmation even. Yeah, so let's put here confirmation. I would say double. Okay, once you take this high, you enter the blue box definitely. Okay. All right. Let's see Oracle at 47 minutes. So Oracle, we have, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. We're looking, of course, for the wave 5 unfolding here. Now, yeah, potential confirmation for higher taken, but I don't like it. It went higher in a potential expanding flat. That means you are in A, B, and a C here. So you gotta be careful because it has finished up as 3 waves. It didn't continue. Therefore, okay, we gotta be careful with this one. I'm not convinced with it. Okay, so that we are moving for higher. It might be here a correction or WX and Y finished. Okay, so yeah, or the only possibility that you have, yes, is a leading diagonal in zigzags and in 3 waves. You know, because this is what you got so far. So if you are in ABC wave 2, A, B, and a C wave 3, wave 4, ABC wave 5. If you get this, okay, then okay, you might be in a diagonal, but you still need wave 2 and then moving up, confirmation. So it's still a little bit early, I would say, to make a judge here, okay? Be careful from an extended correction here as an A, B, and a C because you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Scary. Scary leading diagonal, 1, 2. Currently, it looks corrective. It might be 1, 2 or ABC. So, extended wave 4 or even invalidation. So, we gotta be careful, all right, with this one as well. Okay, that was for Oracle. Let's see CSAT, which is at 49 a minute. CSAT, all right. Colombia moderate. Okay. Is it Nasdaq? It is. Okay. What the heck? Only daily, weekly, and monthly. Okay. Okay. Something is wrong with this one. CSAT. Okay. Please clarify what is that, Discord members. ARDX at 49 minute 30. ARDX. ARDX. Okay. Nasdaq. No, definitely is a no, because be careful. I'm gonna analyze it, but trade safe, not recommended chart. Corrective first, downward. Okay, okay, it's not impulsive, but still downward corrective. You got a three ways potentially, and you start to get kind of like potentially can be of course something as diagonal here unfolding, or it can be of course 1 2, but yeah, you took the 886, which is not really nice for bullish, and meaning you're still currently in three ways, and that means after three ways down, three ways up, you might of course move in 1 2 3 4 5 downward. Okay, so higher possibility, three ways down, three ways up, you move down. Okay, even if you are in W, X, and a wave Y, you can move in any pattern here downward. So not recommended chart. Be careful, not safe. SOXX, which is 51 minute. SOXS or double X. iShares semiconductor. Okay. All right. Nice chart. That's exactly what I would love to see. Something good and safe to invest. Direction is very clear, and impulse is very clear towards the upside. Basically, what do we have here is a new psychology here, definitely. You have a potential one. Okay, this is a WX and a Y. I'm going to explain 3, 4, and a 5, but let me just think first. Okay. Interesting. Okay. Sorry for being quiet. So basically, I'm gonna consider this. I mean, it looks like a perfect triangle, honestly. But what if 1, 2? Yeah, you cannot get a triangle. WX and a Y in triangle. So basically, you have 1, 2, which is of course a WX and a Y, and you move again, I believe, in another 1, 2 here. 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Okay, yes, we have to start to count here. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and what the hell? A, B, and a C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, wave 5, therefore. Okay, so this is potentially unfinished wave 5. And what you have here is another 1 over there, A, B, and a C expanding flat wave 3, 4, and a 5, also unfinished. This is your white. This is your gray. Let's put it in bracket. Another possibility here, not possibility, sorry, another impulse 3, 4, and a 5. This is your, let's say, orange. And finally, you have your major wave 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, which is the yellow round here. 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. So yeah, this is a count there. I'm gonna keep this in. All right, here we go. So we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 unfolding toward the upside. Now I can put even like I can put the wave 5 here, but I don't like it because of course you have an expanding flat here, which is not convincing. It's much more clearer that there is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 again. Okay, and that's why I did not put it as finished wave 5 there. So it is an extension here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. It can be, of course, this wave 5, sorry, this wave 5 finished over there. You can have finished wave 5 there, wave 3, wave 4, but I'm going to check first. Wave 5, wave 3. So let me check to see some more convincing thing. Wave 4, did we took it? Oh, yes. Perfectly taken. So that's it, the count. That's definitely the count. You have wave 4 hit perfectly, of course, at 0.23 here. And you move up for a wave 5. So yes, wave 5 is the following target. 5/1. Here we go. All right. So yeah, nice move up, but a little bit complicated. It needs a little bit more experience in Elliott Wave to tackle this one, honestly. All right, so that's wave 5 there. 540, 413 is the next target. You're looking here at a potential on the 2 hours chart. Let's go for hour. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Still extending, yes. So you're moving very high. Now, to make sure that you are safe, wave B, expanding flat. Okay, breaking this level at 1.38 is confirmation for higher. Okay, so at this level, which is of course the 339, this is confirmation, meaning the blue box. Under this, you gotta be careful from turning into 3 waves, zigzag. Okay, and that means of course in a bigger view you might be in a big ABC. All right, but I doubt it. Okay, after this deep correction. But the problem here, if you are in a 1-2, this is a very shallow 2, therefore it brings the signal, might be wave B, and when you are wave B, you might be in a zigzag, so be careful. Okay, that was it for SOXX. Right, 56 minutes 30, CRWV, CRWV, yeah. Okay, so CRWV, we are in a potential here, 1, 2, in a wave A or a wave 1 finished. Can be, of course, even wave B, wave 2. Yeah. Okay, so currently we're looking for higher at the 4 hours chart. We were experimenting here a leading diagonal, which is kind of the case, 1, 2. And we're still ranging here after a 1, A, B, C, wave 2. So you are in a 1, 2. I'm still looking for this wave 2. So yeah, it's not done. You're not ready for higher, honestly. Okay, unless you take the high directly. But if you take the high directly, this is not impulse. This is something corrective, and it's gonna drop. So be careful. So basically, better to get wave 2 rather than moving up and dropping down, for a new low. So be careful with this one. But wave 2 is preferable, 118, and then getting back to the top here. The same target is still there for CRWV. ALAB at 58 minutes. Astera Labs, okay. All right, target hit already with this one, already analyzed, obviously. And we got a target hit even overshooted. Very nice. We were experimenting whether a diagonal or an impulse, of course, always 5 ways to be finished and done. And here we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. A, B, and a C currently. So you have finished here a potential wave C or a potential wave 3. Now, why it is very likely that this is a wave C and not a wave 3? Because here is your invalidation of bullish. And that means if you take this price here, this is, of course, an invalidation for the bullish, meaning, okay, there is no wave 3. There is simply here 3 ways up. And you might be, of course, in a wave A. Okay? Meaning, I'm going to keep it until we take the invalidation, but meaning A, B, and a C here might be unfolding. This is going to be downgraded. Okay. Yep. So now the problem is, if you are in a wave B, the wave B is the most tricky one. Okay. And especially when it is very general, because you might have very several type of wave B. It might be 3 ways down, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which is regular flat. You might be in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 3 ways up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, zigzag, which is very low. You might be in a triangle wave B and then moving up, And yeah, that's why very careful with it. Now, another possibility, of course, it can be a 1-2, another 1-2, where wave 2 has to be this impulse, right? So even in this case, you want to test, of course, this area, which is the minimum requirement 137, okay? But be careful, if it is a wave B, it's scary. Why? Because the 0.23 can be, of course, playing as major one, yeah, and then moving up directly. So never trade a wave B by all means. Okay, it's the most tricky and a risky one. 1 hour DBK. Deutsche Bank. Okay. And Deutsche Bank. Right. Oh, okay. Didn't expect this. But okay, it looks corrective downward. Okay, nothing is impulsive. Unless this is a diagonal, so we gotta be careful still, can be, okay. But basically, yeah, zigzag, zigzag, yeah, looks like an impulse. Okay, not a diagonal, basically because the structure are different in the 1, 3, 5 waves, okay. That means, of course, you might be here in WX and Y. Can be, of course, new psychology found there, or it can be simply a wave A, B, and a C, all right? But in case that we are looking for new psychology here, you might be in a 1, 2, and wave 3, 4, and a 5. Why we might be in this? Because if you take right now the fib levels for a wave 3, you will see that it is the uncommon target hit, which is nice. And that means, of course, you might be here in 1, 2, 1, 2, wave 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Let's count this. So we have a big 1, 2, 3 unfinished, 4 and a 5. And you have this, I'm going to put it in brackets. And you have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 3, 4, and a 5. Okay. Yes. So we are impulsive right now. Currently, we are impulsive with Deutsche Bank. Targets, of course, is 1.618 currently, and we take it from there. We see the reaction. And then, of course, we get invalidation if you request this later on. 1 hour, 3, or yeah, here we go. What do we have? Wicks. Okay, so Wicks. All right, so for Wicks, I think we're looking here at 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Yes, it is wave 2. And we're looking at a potential finished. Let me check this wave 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for a wave 3, 4, and a 5. Yes. So okay, everything is fine. So it is a wave 1 here. 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Here we go. And we're looking here for an A, B, and a C. Now we gotta be careful. Might be finished, might not be finished, both. Okay. Why? Because what we are looking right now is potential 1, 2, 3, wave 4, and wave 5. But what the hell is that red thing here? We gotta be careful because it is time to move up. Regarding the time for wave 2, regarding the time for wave 4, very nice alternation. A very deep wave 4, very shallow wave 3. Perfect as bullish impulse. But what the hell is that? I don't know. Okay, meaning, by the way, just simply invalidation of bullish. Okay, taking this price, meaning, of course, deeper correction, and that means you're gonna take the low. Be careful. So basically, targets for this one can be potential, let's say, minimum target wave C first. Wave C as, let's say, zigzag here. which it can be 1600. Okay, or it can be even the 0.618 uncommon target, so this blue box, and to be tested, of course. But currently, you have to be watching the invalidation of bullish, meaning if the price stays above 102, you move for higher. But if touch, okay, it's you move down. Very clear. All right, let's see Coinbase. Okay, at 1 hour 5 minutes. Coinbase I think it is very red. It should be red. Yes, because of course the crypto market is of course dumping. We are in a potential, of course, here can be a wave A, B, and a C finished, or wave A. But yeah, after 3 waves down, you might be looking for a wave C. Okay, meaning you might be here in a potential A, B, and a C, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, currently, we are in 1, 2, 3, 4, which it might not be finished yet, in case that we're still, of course, looking for lower. So, unless you are in double 1, 2. So, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, it didn't play it yet. Unless, of course, 1, 2 again. But if we take this one here, confirmation for lower, which is very close at 304. That means if you take this low, you are in a deeper correction. How much deep? Well, it depends. If 1-to-1 fib level here, okay, we might reverse without invalidation of the impulse 1, 2, 3, wave 4, wave 5. Okay, and it might be because based, of course, on the crypto channel, we're dumping really massively. All right, so expect that Coinbase follows. Yeah, so that was it, guys. I hope that was helpful. Thank you for your like and comments, and of course, trade safe always. That was it for today. See you in the intradays. Have a nice day. Bye bye.